Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike at TradeWinds RV Center here to congratulate you on the purchase of your Jayfeather 166 FBS travel trailer. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. First thing I want you to take into consideration is your slide. Get a good eye for that slide. It's pretty narrow. Leave plenty of room for that to come in and out unhindered, and yourself a space to walk along the side. Also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. They're going to be both on your off camp side, at the rear, or the driver's side of your tow vehicle. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, unhook your hitch, you're going to level your unit. You do have a power tongue jack here with a docking light. Simply lower or raise the unit until you're level. Now you do have a rubber stopper here with a manual override for that hand crank should you lose power. You can bring this up and down without power. Speaking of power, check your battery posts. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose as you're coming down the road. Once you got your unit level, next thing you can do is stabilize it. On all four corners you have stabilizing jacks. 3/4 inch hand crank. Simply put that on there and crank these down. Now, before I crank them all the way down, I want to recommend jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris, hot blacktop, keep them from sinking in the summer, and better distribute the weight. So use your 10% off coupon, grab a 4-pack of those pads, put them down on the ground, and just run these stabilizing jacks down until they're taut. Remember, these are stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. You don't want to change the levelness of your unit, you just want to bring that down until you have some tension on your hand crank, and then you know you're down far enough. So run all 4 of them down. Got your unit level and stable. We're going to go ahead and hook up our power. Again, on the back of your unit. These new cords go on now. Is it go in at a little angle here. Once it's in, twist it to the right. Then you're locked in. Put on your black washer. Now at the end of that 30 amp service, big long cord, should you need it, you have a 30 to 110 adapter if you need to plug in at home. Got our power hooked up. Let's hook our water up. City water connection. Now you take your water pressure regulator. You're going to hook that up along with your hose. But before you turn your hose on, let's go around to the front of your off camp side and find your hot water heater. All we're going to do at this point, your door comes all the way off. All we're going to do at this point is make sure our drain plug's back in. Get that drain plug back in there nice and tight, and then you can go ahead and turn on your hose. And once your hose has been on for a little while, you're going to pull on this pressure release valve. It's going to let the air out of the lines. Once water's flowing out of here, you know your hot water heater is full and you can light it from indoors. There is an electric element up here. Don't turn this on down here unless you are hooked up to 110. If you're hooked up to 110, turn it on here as well as indoors. Let's say you're going to go camping and you're not going to use city water. You're going to use potable water. You're going to come all the way around to your campsite to your potable water tank. And here you can simply fill this up with a hose. No water pressure regulator needed. Fill that up with a hose. 2 ways to tell it's full. 1, there's an overflow valve right here. Or 2, on the inside, if you hold your fresh water button down, you can tell when your tank is full. All right, we got our water and electricity hooked up. We're ready to camp. I'm gonna walk around your unit and show you a few other things. Let's start here on your campsite. It's your big pass-through storage, stabilizing jacks, your outdoor fridge. Now inside here, this piece here, this bracket sets inside here, gives you a table for your griddle, and your quick connect LP is right there. Again, potable water, cable and satellite hookups, your outdoor speakers. This is a vent for your microwave. You do have a light so you can see your steps at night. This is access to the back of your fridge. This is your furnace heat release. If you're running your furnace, steer clear of this, it'll get rather hot. Your ladder, go up and check your seams. Caulk as needed, maintain your roof. Your unit's also prepped for a Furrion backup camera. It's a device that you purchase from our store. It sits on the dash of your tow vehicle and electronically communicates with this piece, giving you a backup camera for the unit. Spare tire, recommend getting the cover for that. Don't want your tire to dry rot. Cable and satellite hookup for the park, your 110. Your black tank flush, we'll talk about that when leaving the campsite. City water, an outdoor shower. And your black and gray tanks that we'll dump later. Your slides. Over here are your low point drains. That white one is going to be your freshwater tank. And then two little ones right there are going to be when you hooked up to city water. Again, your hot water heater. Your pass-through storage. Your battery posts. Your propane are on a regulator. Simply point this toward the tank you wish to be using. Or set it in the middle and have them both open, it'll automatically switch over. Your power tongue jack, a cover for your propane tanks. And we're back around to our campsite. That about covers everything out here. Let's take a look on the inside of the unit. So what I'd like to point out first, and most importantly, your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Also at your entry doorway, down on the bottom here is your access panel to your breakers and fuse box. Mostly 15s in there, a 30, a 40. Grab a handful of those from our store and have them with you when you go camping. To the right, as you come in the doorway, is going to be your control panel. Here's your new battery. Here's where you check your levels on everything. Here's your fresh water. Here's where you can tell when your potable water is full. Black and gray tanks, same thing, just check them. Here's where you hook up your water heater if you're hooked up to electricity. Here's where you hook it up if you're hooked up to gas. Here's where you turn on your water pump if you're using potable water. You have an awning light, a living room light, and your slide and awning controls. I'm going to run your awning out real quick just to show you how far to run that out. Open your door here. So on your awning, you only want to run that out until the flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see the bar that's holding it all. Right there's your flap and there's your bar. So that's as far as you want to run that out. Coming around the rest of the inside of your unit. Your self-explanatory microwave. Down here you do have a fan and a light for your stove. Your stove top makes an excellent backsplash. Simply turn on your panel light, hit this to light, hit your spark, and there's your flame. Coming over here to your Furrion television. There should be a remote handy. Turn that on for you. Probably won't pick up many channels in here. For the TV, you have to go to mode and change your modes. You can change your zones. You can make this FM. You can scan through channels. You can go to TV. Lots of cool options on this. There is a separate owner's manual for the sound system. There's your RV griddle that sets up outside. Emergency exit window. As you know, these remove. And your sofa, we'll just simply jackknife down to a bed, grab at the front and lay it down. You see you also have a table that you can set up here. Grab at the back at the same time I'm pushing on the front. Set that back up. Next to the bed you have a couple of USBs, 110. This is a solar charge controller. What this does is it controls the amount of energy going to your battery. Keep your battery on wet. And that'll show you the voltage and everything that's coming into your unit. What this mainly does is it controls the amount of power coming from your solar panels to your battery to keep it from overcharging your batteries. After that, your thermostat. Turn that on. Turn your temperature up. That was a problem. Turn the temperature up. There's your thermostat kicked on. Your furnace. Now shut that off. You'll notice when you shut your furnace off, that takes a little longer to shut off the fan. There's your AC. Running nicely. I'll turn these. You have your storage under the bed. Notice once these are in, if you lift them up and snap them, they'll snap in there nice and tight. In your bathroom, one thing I want to mention in here, this is where your 110 with GFCI resets at. Lastly, in your ceiling right here is your smoke alarm. So let's act like we're leaving the campsite now. What I like to do is come up here and shut off my living room lights and look and see if there's any individual lights I need to shut off, which there weren't. And we'll simply hit retract on your slide. Now make sure all your drawers and doors are closed. This won't catch on it, but I do want to make sure it's closed there. Just simply hit retract and that quickly comes in. I did want you to hear that noise. Sometimes you hear it at the end of when it's going out or at the end of when it's coming in. Don't worry, that is nothing grinding on your slide. That is the slide mechanism keeping itself from going any further. Alright, so we'll shut off our lights and head on out of the unit. So as we leave, we want to make sure that your exterior door is all the way open. Otherwise this will catch. Simply lift your door up. As that sets in there, pull back on that and that'll lock your door in there. Lock and deadbolt your exterior door. Lift and turn your handle. Unhook your water and cable. Bring up your stabilizing jacks. And head on up here to your hot water heater. You're going to pull on this pressure release valve. That's going to release all the water out of here. Once that's released, you can pull this drain plug. Pull our low point drains. Fresh water is this one. Low point drain for the other one. Out of them two, open them up, drain all your waters. Hook up your hitch and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, you can take the sewage hose, come to your convenience pack, hook it up right here, and pull your black holding tank. Now after your black tank sounds like it's no longer running and dumping, we're going to come here to your black tank flush. Take the hose at the dump station, hook up your water pressure regulator again, leaving your black handle open. Go ahead and run that hose for a good 5 minutes. That's going to spray out your black tank, get all that nastiness out of there. And you can close your black tank and pull your gray handle. Your gray handle is going to be your sinks in your showers. It's going to be cleaner waters. You're going to clean your sewage hose out for you. Come right here at the back of your trailer and you have a spot to store your sewage pump. Again, I thank you guys so much for your purchase. We hope you enjoy this Jayfeather for many years to come. Happy camping.